morning, friends, family, trolls. How's it going today? Today's another new day. This is a record of my life. What is today? July 5th, 2014. You are viewing this, or it is published on July 12th, 2014. So, welcome. We're in St. Cloud, Minnesota today, and we're going to make it home today, and I'm very excited. We're going to go home, we're going to mow the lawn, we're going to trim, we're going to do all kinds of yard work. Aren't we excited to go home? Yeah. You know what, it's always hard getting going on the yard work at home. You're like, yeah, I gotta do the yard work. I just want to sit and watch YouTube. That's how I am anyways. But then I get out there and I start seeing the progress I'm making, and then I just can't stop. And then I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that. Oh, I gotta trim this, I gotta cut this. You know what, we can make this a little better over here. You know, let's fix this over here. Oh, let's prune this tree over here. Prune? Why did I say prune? Trim the tree. Do you prune trees? Is that a thing? What do I know? I'm no expert. I do have to, however, buy a chainsaw soon, and I gotta start trimming some of the trees in my yard, or some big clippers or something. I don't know, they're growing pretty big. I don't know what to do about the evergreens in my yard because they're growing into my neighbor's yard. And I know how frustrating that can be, and I don't want to inconvenience him. And they're in my way. I want to sort of make that into a nice little parking area, but there's two evergreens there. I'll show you when I get home. Hopefully I'll remember tonight. They bother me. I want to just cut them off and haul them away. Sell them as Christmas trees or something. I don't know. Or replant them in the back of my yard. That'd be great, but that's expensive to pull a whole tree out of the ground and plop it down somewhere else. I'll just plant new evergreens maybe. That's what I should do. I should plant new trees. Well, that'd be cool. You could like watch the progress of them growing if I stay there over the years. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, talking about nothing here. We're in St. Cloud, Minnesota. I think I told you that already. And we're headed home. Let's get going. Alright, we're just entering the freeway, Interstate 94. Thank you for moving over. We are about 5 hours from home now. Time is 11:30. Should be in the yard by around 4:30.
Continue 149 kilometers.
Aye, Mandy. Gotcha. So, I had predicted that I would be at the yard between 3 and 6 p.m. today. That was my initial thought. I was hoping for closer to 3, but I gave myself a little gap. We're going to be there right in the middle at 4:30. How about that? Right in the middle. Good place to be. Looks like we're about an hour and a half from Fargo, North Dakota. That's where we make our last turn in the United States of America. Turn onto the I-29 northbound. That will take us up to Canada. And then I'm parking this trailer in the yard and going home till Monday. So I've talked to two different people now about APUs on my truck. Both around the same price, about $12,000 installed and whatnot. One is a Carrier brand, one is Thermo King. I'm sort of liking the Thermo King because they're offering me a better warranty plan and a better service package. And there's also more of their dealers around North America, as far as I know, where I can get it serviced. So it's easier to get it serviced, right? Kind of leaning towards them. Pretty much what an APU is, if you haven't heard of that before, auxiliary power unit. It's a small little generator type thing that gets attached to the side of my truck. And what it does is it's an air conditioner, it's a heater. It also keeps my batteries charged when my engine's not running. And it powers my electronic devices, my appliances inside my truck. Pretty much my batteries power the appliances, but the generator will keep my batteries full, right? If you've been following me long enough, you know that last winter I had big problems with the cold. It was so cold that my truck would freeze up. My fuel was freezing up. Everything was... So what'll happen this winter? When I get this installed, it'll keep my cab warm all the time. It'll keep my engine fluids warm, so I'll never have to plug my truck in. Or let's say I plug my truck in, but the plug is dead, and I didn't know that, and it doesn't keep my block warm. The APU will keep the block warm. It'll also keep my batteries charged so that when I come to the truck, I'll have full power to start my batteries. I can leave my fridge on when I'm at home and not worry about it killing my battery. If I leave my interior lights on by accident, whoops, my APU will keep my batteries charged so it doesn't kill the battery. We are leaving Minnesota, entering North Dakota. Legendary is their slogan word thingy. We are now in Fargo. I don't know if it's the same Fargo from the movie, guys. I've never seen the movie. Keep getting asked that. I have no idea. Ask Fargo. He'd know. It's a little bit of a big city. It's a big tourist spot for Manitobans. Whenever a Manitoban says they're going on a road trip, it probably means they're going to Fargo. This is the nearest city to Winnipeg. Says a lot about how Winnipeg is in the middle of nowhere. If this is the closest city. Yep, I'm from the middle of nowhere and I love it. I wouldn't change it. I like the peacefulness, the wilderness, just going out to the middle of nowhere and actually knowing that you are in the middle of nowhere. Actually, just north of nowhere is what I usually say. Or just south of nowhere. You know, you're just right there, right in the middle. Not very many tourists come to Winnipeg, because who wants to go to nowhere?
In 1.7 kilometers, take exit 349B on right to I-29 north.
Everybody wants to go somewhere. Nobody wants to go nowhere. You know, our slogan should read, Winnipeg, we were born here. What's your excuse? Well, me and my dirty windshield are coming up to the Canadian border. Home sweet home, right over there. We are at Emerson, Manitoba, leaving Pembina, North Dakota. Pretty much middle of nowhere. There she be, the big silver building. I'm supposed to be in the right lane. And no lineup? Nice, I'll see you all on the other side. Canada! Manitoba. How do you know we're here? It's just about to go flying out the window, that's why. It's a little bumpy on the 75 here. It's really nice, right over the border. They get you all excited, then you go through Morris, and then it's just this. Just garbage. Oh. Which means this will be under construction next summer. Yay! Always under construction. So we're going to be turning at, what is that, Highway 210 or 207 or something here in St. Dolph. Headed over to the 59. Headed back to the yard where we're going to drop this trailer. Somebody's waiting for it, I'm sure. They're going to take it on to Edmonton. And I'm going to go home. I was going to mow the lawn, but now it rains, so it's probably going to be too wet. Probably have to do that tomorrow. Alright, we are at the yard. Just got all the stuff in the car. Got Diesel in the car. He got my seat dirty. His feet were all muddy and he jumped in my driver door and he made my driver's seat all full of mud. Oh well. It's a dog. You didn't know any better, right? Next time I'm gonna have to teach you better, that's for sure. Alright, we're home. Let's go home. Well, my dad texted me just before I left the yard there and warned me that there's tornado warnings for this area right here for tonight. It is humid outside. It's like 95 Fahrenheit and it's really humid. 30-some degrees Celsius. It's hot. It was cooler down south on this trip. Alright, buddy, you not gonna move over for me? Alright. Yeah, that sky doesn't look too good, eh? Apparently there's gonna be tornadoes around here tonight. I hope not. There are tornado warnings. So it could be, maybe. Of course, I live in the trailer park, so you know what that means. We're first on the hit list. Hey, Diesel. Does it feel good to be home? At least the grass isn't as long as it was last time, eh? Well, let's give a little update on the water situation here. Get it on camera, document this. I want you to see all the water in my yard here. Look at all of this. just sitting here, not flowing anywhere. Go around my tree to the other side, you see all the water sitting right here, right in my yard. And it's still just sitting here. I called the town again now. Because if the town is gonna be buddy-buddy with that guy, because it seems like he's buddy-buddy with the town, so it doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere that way, because he's got people on the inside, it seems like. So if they are actually gonna let him keep pumping his water into this easement here, I'm gonna make sure the town comes and actually maintains their easement so that it actually drains and doesn't just sit in my yard here. That's all I'm left with doing. Technically, I have called into the province and they said it is illegal that he's pumping it onto the ground like that. It's supposed to go into the drain like the rest of the houses, but this is what we're left with. Seems like this is going to be an ongoing battle. Oh, and I really don't want to create enemies over it, but they're being very rude about it. They're literally, excuse my analogy, they're literally taking a leak onto the trailer park property here. Is it maybe because they think they're better than us, that they're in actual houses? Like, I would like my own house too, but this is all I can afford right now. I'm working my way up to a big house. I mean, I'm sure they all had to start small too, but the fact that they're literally taking a leak onto our land here is insulting. And the developer did not plan that out very well at all. See, the water is sitting in here, and they say this is a municipal easement, so whatever. If the trailer park landlord, I know, I gotta redo my siding on the back, I'm already on that, don't worry. If he signed it over that they could use it as an easement, fine, whatever. I don't want to pay rent past this line here then. Alright guys, so aside from the water in the yard, I want to show you the renovations that I want to do to the house. On the last clip there you saw the siding in the back, unless if I cut that part out. If I did, I'll show you again now. Oh, I need to redo the siding. This has to be done before I even sell it, guys. See this here? Very trashy, I know. Very trashy. You can see the siding all along here. It's in desperate need of a facelift. This deck either needs to be torn down and rebuilt or renovated. Diesel's house here is better than my house. Look at this. I want to get siding that will match the color of his house. Yes, we are going to copy Diesel's house. We'll make my house like his house. So, as you can see, like, there obviously used to be some kind of air conditioner or something up there, and now the air conditioner is down there. And this doesn't even have siding. See what I mean? And I did not paint that moon and that sun there. I was there before my sister even owned this property. But you can tell it needs to be painted badly. The other side of the house is actually in better shape than this side. Ironically, that's the side that I never see, because that's the neighbor's yard. The skirting on the side here needs to be replaced. You can tell it's sagging. So that is the plan, actually. I've gotten my quotes in writing now, and I'm going to go to the bank. Before I can sell this place, I even need to renovate it. And once I renovate it, I might as well stay here, right? We'll see. I built this pen by hand for Diesel, and honestly, I don't build a lot of things. I'm not a carpenter. I'm not a woodworking man. That's my dad. He builds whatever. Dad can do anything. He's like Superman. But I'm pretty proud of myself. Pride might not be a very good thing in some situations, but I'm proud of the job I did on Diesel's pen here. You know, it sounds silly, but I don't really want to move just because I built this myself. You know, it's special to me because it was my very first project that I did all by myself. And it turned out pretty good, if you think about it. I got Diesel's house back there. It's fully insulated with heat lamps for wintertime. And remember my videos from wintertime? We would go in there and hang out in there with Diesel. And it was actually very warm in there in wintertime. And I built that door, the gate, everything in here. And that's my air conditioner. And I had to put fencing along the bottom there so they couldn't get under there. And then I put these little lamps here, the solar lights, to top it off. That's like a castle, right? And these posts are actually not into the ground. They're only about 4 inches into the ground. That's why I have these supporting beams here. I'll show you here in a second. Those supporting beams there, see that? What those do is they hold this post right here firm, and so the whole pen is solid. I just need to paint it. I really need to paint it. Yeah, I know. But I'm proud of it. You know, I did so much as even to make sure that these little lines were straight. It's 6 feet tall exactly. It was my very first project. If I say so myself. And it gives Diesel a place to stay where I can leave him when I go out on rides and stuff, so he's not stuck in the house and he has a place to run around in, right? But when I get new siding on here, obviously they'll be disconnecting this from the house here, right there and there, and they'll reattach it properly once it's all said and done. You can see here, I even matched it with my deck. See how those 2 beams right there above Diesel's pen line up exactly with those beams on the deck? The deck was there first, right? And it fit exactly with Diesel's pen there, or with his house. Really happy with the way it turned out. Really happy. It took me about a week to put it together after work when I was doing local work, just a couple hours every evening. But I made sure everything was perfectly level, perfectly straight. So once we redo the house, it'll look a lot better. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you what they all want to redo in the house. Like I said, they want to redo the siding, right? We're gonna get the siding redone. And all the windows are getting replaced, all of them, to bring them up to par so that they're winter Arctic windows, right? So that they hold heat in. All the doors are getting replaced. The skirting along the bottom of the trailer all the way around is getting replaced. Completely. Everything you see here is getting replaced on the house. The most expensive part, though, is the roof. You see the roof has no overhang? It does in the back here, but that doesn't really do anything because all the water runs down right down the side of the house into the windows there if I leave them open, right? Obviously that's going to be fixed. So if I leave the windows open, water runs right in there, down into the wall with the older windows, and it causes rot in there. That all got fixed, but now it's time to frame a new roof on top of there with eaves troughs and shingles. A whole new roof is going to be framed up there, and the best part about that is they're going to insulate the attic up there too, so that it keeps heat in as well, because so much heat is escaping out the top of my house. And then it's going to have eaves troughs coming out the back here, down the back of the house, and into the ditch there. And I'm going to be contributing to the problem of flooding in my yard. But you see, if my yard was flooded just from water from me, I wouldn't be complaining about it, because then, hey, it's my own water, it's my own problem, right? But none of this water here is mine. Like, none of that water is mine. That long grass area over there is all swamp too. I really don't know what to do about it. You guys want to see where it's coming from? I can show you where it's coming from. Oh, we gotta go to this side over here. And I'm paying for all this land right here, like right up to this fence here is all mine. That's what I pay for. Even that watery area there, I pay for that. You can tell. This here's all water. And then at this fence here is where my property line ends, right? So technically, that's not my property, that's his property. I don't know why he built his fence so far into his yard like that, and that person over there did that too, because they pay rent all the way up to their fence here, right? So I don't know why they built their fence there. Probably because this is always full of water, and he just sort of gave up the fight. But I'm not that easy. I'm not going to give up the fight that easy. I just want to show you where this is. Under here. See that? Oh, there's mosquitoes here. Whew. Lots of mosquitoes here. So, like, I tapped out of that fight. Like, I'm not dealing with him anymore. It's the landlord now that's going to be dealing with him. So, again, I just talked to him a few minutes ago, and he said that the agreement was for natural runoff, that sump pumps were not a part of the contract that he signed for this easement. But that's his fight now, right? It's his land. Either that or I'm going to start trucking in dirt in here if I stay here and raise my whole yard up. The landlord even said that maybe we should just put a pump in my yard and a hose over the fence and pump the water back into their yard. But that wouldn't be very nice. Then we're just as bad as they are. So we're not going to do that. Well, guys, you know what part of the day this is? This is the day where we say go down below to the description box and find all the fancy little links and click them. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, me down there. Diesel Facebook down there. Other stuff down there. Go check it out. I'm going to end the day here. And we'll see you tomorrow, 4 a.m. Central Time. Be there.